Okay, we got the air compressor fired up. Let's drain a little bit out of the bottom. I don't think there's any water in this batch anymore. It was really, really bad when I started. It's about 20 gallons in here. Let's see if we can get this pumped out and get another batch pumped in the air compressor to settle, use next month. I've pumped an awful lot of oil in this filtered bulk tank, but I don't really have a way to pump it back out. So for now, I've been taking home these 5-gallon buckets from work of 1540 that are clean, brand new. Try to fill these up 3/4 of the way. I'll top it off with diesel fuel. We'll put a little bit in the car because the car's got diesel in it right now. And we'll pump the rest into my bulk filter tank. Thinking with my bulk filter tank, I'm going to have a dip tube, which is a pipe welded to a 2-inch fitting up here. It goes maybe 80% to the bottom, so we're not sucking up water. So that'll come up, hooked to a hydraulic hose, which I can run outside to the car. And then one of these other fittings, I'll just hook a air fitting to it, so I can run an air hose to it, pressurize the tank 15 psi. Maybe I'll add one 10 micron filter, 15 micron filter, just in case there's a little bit of garbage in here. And then we can just put air to this, park the car right here beside the shed, and fill her up. For now, this is how I'm going to do it. Quite a bit warmer today than the last video I made, so we're pumping through the filters pretty quick. Filter set to 20 psi. We're blowing through this first filter at 18, but it seems like after 2 minutes of filtering they drop down. I'll come back and check on it in a bit. Still pretty slow coming out, but faster than last time. Looks alright, a little bit thick. We'll thin her down with a little bit of diesel because the Volkswagen likes thinner fuel. Every once in a while I service a couple Peterbilts at work, and the fuel filter off of those trucks fit right on my filtering here. So even though I was at 18 psi, I changed out the filter to 20. I got it flowing a little bit quicker now, not quick enough though. Still pretty slow. So I guess I'm going to clean up the yard and I'll come back to this in an hour or so. Maybe I'll have 5 gallons. First one's full, second one's half full. Probably an hour for like 7.5 gallons. The air compressor still has 50 psi. I fired up the air compressor, let it get up to 80 or 90, then I shut it off. Filters are still flowing pretty good, 18 psi through the first one. Not really sure of the micron of this Cummins filter here. 11 psi through the second 10 micron. About 9 psi through the first 3 micron. And then there's no gauge after, but this filter never clogs. So I got these 3 jugs filled 60-ish% with my homemade fuel. My wife left my 2-stroke gas outside in the rain when she was playing with snowmobiles, so I dumped maybe a liter of gas in each one. Now we're going to top her up with some diesel fuel. The cherry flavored diesel fuel. So about 60-40 mix, 60 oil, 40 colored diesel. This is the consistency I got. It's probably +2 Celsius today. This car will run fine on this. It doesn't really like straight oil. It'll burn it, but it doesn't have any power. Mr. Anthony Cook told me, put it in a jar, let it sit for a month, 6 months, a year, see how much more of this will settle out. This stuff sat for quite a while. I drained the stuff off the bottom, then filtered it. I don't think there'll be much, but I bet you will see a little bit of sludge and steel in a couple of months. Kind of cool, do a little experiment. It'd kind of be cool to send this out for a oil analysis. Like when you have a motor that you're going to buy, you want to see how wore out it is. Maybe possibly we'll do that too. So we only filtered maybe 8 gallons today, but I mixed that half-half, diesel fuel, a little bit of extra oil in the car. So I got 15 gallons sitting here to dump into it. That's a lot of kilometers on this little fuel efficient car. This car doesn't go very far, usually every day 3 kilometers to work, and that's about it. So I'm not really sure if I want to do a 2-tank setup, one for diesel, one for black diesel, like not so grand garage, or if I should just keep dumping a 60-40, 50-50 mix, whatever the temperature is. I'll thin it out a little bit more. You guys let me know what you think. I don't really think a fuel heater with coolant, like a heat exchanger on this car, is really possible because it's really hard to reach operating temperature the way it is. If a couple people could like and subscribe, help grow my YouTube channel a little bit more, I'll try to post more videos. Thanks for watching. Step bro, stop it. We got some dirty old double penetration going on here. Dump both in at the same time. Volkswagen's full of fuel, and we're empty.